Hi everybody, it's Margitt. Today I'm going to be talking about how you should not be fixing your daughter. Fixing our daughters causes a lot of problems with their self-esteem, their self-worth, and especially the mother-daughter relationship. I know this for mothers, it's very difficult. We go from knowing everything and doing everything for them as infants and toddlers, and all of a sudden they're tweens, and we need to start letting them go. And this might include having failing grades, missed assignments, all of their sadness and frustrations with their expanding world and relationships and new environments, and all the suffering that is taking place. And we feel so out of control. So we want to fix it for them. We want to tell them what to do. We want to make them feel better. We're caring. We want to take all their pain away. We want to make it all better and shiny and happy, and everyone's laughing and everyone's good, because this is a good parent. This is a caring parent. But sometimes, especially at this age, with the brain developing, the emotions going haywire, and they're learning about their self and their self-worth and responsibility, that this is not, we cannot be doing this. These feelings, this frustration, this suffering needs to be felt. And by us trying to fix it, it's not giving them an opportunity to really go through all of the emotions, all of the pain, all of the suffering, but to gain the wisdom at the end. What we're doing is what we think is loving or caring is actually cutting them short. It's actually enabling them of something that is part of this age that we need to do. So we need to learn as mothers that we need to step back. And this can be very, very powerful. And not all mothers understand this, and we're not taught that this is a really, really important stage in the development and how we need to be in that, since we are the number one person in this relationship with them. So if we fix it, we're going to make it worse, and those patterns are going to continue. Those lessons are going to continue. We're enabling them. So we need to stop. And also by fixing it, we're going to be teaching her that she's not enough, that she's not capable, she's not responsible. And these are the things that they're trying on. They want that responsibility. They want to try on what it is like to be an adult. So they're going to be making choices, and they might not be the best choices. They might be some really dumbass choices, but it's still their choice, and it's an opportunity for them to learn. And when the mom is reactive and she wants to control everything and fix it and make it better, you're showing your daughter that you are out of control, that you have a fear of the unknown. You're fearing that the situation is not okay, and you're impeding those fears onto her and making her feel worse. So what we think is love is actually a projection of our own fear of being out of control. So moms, what are you in fear of? Why aren't you able to let go? Why do you have to fix it and be a good parent? And so this is our work. This is the work that I needed to look at when I was going through a lot of the work in my 40s and my young 40s. My kids were being tweens, so I was becoming aware of these certain patterns that my daughter was having over and over again, and how I was there to fix it and pull her up and, dust her off and make it an okay. And when I was looking at these patterns of what I was doing and looking at my fears and not wanting to let her go, I really enjoyed being a mom of young children. I really liked having that love and that need and that control. And then it changes when they're tweens, and I was not okay with that. So I wanted to fix it all. And so having this awareness really allowed me to look at these patterns of what I was doing with my daughter. And so I'm telling you now of tweens because I've already gone through it. I've already had to look at all of my shit. I'm still looking at it, but especially during those years, if I could have been more present with her, it could have caused a different relationship in the very, very beginning, which is very, very pivotal. So enabling myself, enabling her, it's like you're holding her back. So you really, instead of wanting to fix it, you really want to just hold the space that I talk about in a lot of my videos. I even have a video on holding space for your children. and just allowing her to fall, allowing her to be with her feelings instead of like projecting all of her feelings onto you and then you're trying to fix it up. It's like, let her sit with it. Just listen to her. Let her feel all of the feelings. And when she's able to internalize it for herself, she's having the courage to feel it and to figure it out and to find a way out of these feelings. And this can be making different choices than repeating the same pattern all the time. I became aware of that my daughter was repeating the same pattern with the same girl. It wasn't the same girl. Her name was Erin, and then it was Allie, and then it was Jennifer. But the archetype, that same person that created the same feelings, was over and over and over again. And so by me fixing it, it was just enabling her, and then she would just recreate the situation. But if for me holding back and her able to really feel those feelings, really understand those feelings, having the courage to be there in the uncomfortableness, and then having the courage to make a different choice to get herself out. And that creates a new choice that is empowering. It comes just from her. It creates her to have responsibility for her own needs. It creates wisdom because she has this opportunity to learn from that and to grow. And it also is creating new neurons in the brain. The brain is developing in a very, very quick way. So we can either program, or she can be programmed to believe that she is capable, that she's enough, she's okay, she's safe, she's worthy, she's responsible, she's amazing, she can get through this. Or she can create, beliefs at this time of, I'm not capable, I can't be responsible. I need someone to save me from this problem. I'm not lovable. I'm not enough. I'm not okay. And so what is that we want from her? Of course, we want the positive ones, but we have to pull back and allow her, and these positive beliefs about herself need to come from the inside. We can tell her all day long, she's beautiful, she's enough, she's gorgeous, I love you, you're perfect, but it needs to come from the inside. And so by pulling back and allowing her to feel her feelings, crawling her way out, pulling herself back up, dusting herself off, this allows those feelings to be really, it's all coming from her, from the inside out, and then really programming that brain that she is enough. And the best thing about this is that relationship between you can be healthy. When you pull back into your strength and into your power and just hold the space and allow them to do whatever they got to do at that tween age, and then she's allowing to do her work, pulling herself up, internalizing all her feelings, making different choices, being more responsible the next time, creating more wisdom. You both become in your power, and then that relationship gets really, really powerful, and you really bond and have this amazing relationship. If you're telling her what to do and she's like, save me, and you're trying to fix it, and then you fix it, and then you're like, then she's like, well, you don't think I'm enough, you don't think I'm responsible, it's going to cause a lot of entanglement for a very, very unhealthy relationship. And we can see a lot of these unhealthy relationships throughout our families, our communities, and around the world. So let's just try to create a lot of boundaries and a lot of love. And we might, people might think, well, this isn't loving, to watch them. I'm her mother. I got to save her. I know what's best for her. Believe me, I had all of those beliefs myself. But the more I pulled away and allowed her to figure it out herself, the more empowered she got, and actually the more empowered I got, because standing there holding space in love, believing that she is capable, is very, very powerful. And we don't have enough of these role models in our life to understand what the next stage of motherhood is. The next stage of motherhood we see all around our TV shows, enabled in all around our society, is that, the mother's got to hurry up and fix it and make everybody happy. But it's very disempowering to both of you. If you just pull back, stand in your power, and let her go, it'll be amazing to see what the next generation of girls could look like. So I have some tips of not to fix your daughters. I understand that tweens is a very, very fragile time. It's a very confusing time for them. It's very overwhelming sometimes for them. So it is a dance. So, but some of the tips I have for you, I have 5 different tips. The first one, Mom, is you need to look at your own stuff. You need to look at your own fear of why you don't want to let go, why you want to control and fix things. Is it you don't feel safe yourself? Is it you don't feel worthiness? Is it unlovable? I'm not enough. I'm not okay. Whatever that is the number one thing you need to fix for yourself. Or this pattern is going to continue. You're going to continue to react. She's going to trigger you. You're going to react and you're going to go back into your default of your old wounds. So that's the number one thing to look at is your wounds and your fears. Number 2, hold them accountable. They got the shitty grades. They need to clean their room up before they go out. It's like that you got to hold them accountable. You can't be fixing things for them every time they fail, or you want to make it better for them and you want them to be happy. This is you got to stay in your power, and what are the rules? What is, make them accountable for that. And then I understand it's a very, very trying time for them. They get overwhelmed very easily, especially in today's challenges. So you can coach them on the steps. If they get, you got to clean your room before you get to go out with your friends. So they might get overwhelmed and it's just like this whole, tornado hits. You can coach them. Okay, to clean your room, you need to do step 1, get a basket. Step 2, take all the dirty clothes off the floor. Step 3, make your bed. You don't have to watch them doing the steps, but just coach them through that. And then, maybe 4, 5, and 6 is, some other steps, or, they got to do their homework before. So you can coach them on the steps. You're not fixing it for them. You're not doing it for them. And you're not letting them be accountable. You're just not going to let it go. So you can coach them through that. And it takes a lot of strength. It's because they will pull at every heartstring. They know every button to push. So we really need to stay in our power. And again, that goes back to number 1. You need to know what your triggers are, because you can get really triggered in that and easily fall back. Number 4, you need to back off and listen. You need to listen to them, stop with the advice. They're going to do things that are not going to be, agreeable to you. They're going to have these different experiences than you, and you just need to understand that is the process. The children belong to the future, so we're not going to be able to understand why they're making all these choices, but we need to back off and listen and just really provide that love, that belief, that container for them, that they feel safe and that they can process it. And number 5 is we need to celebrate them when they do finally clean that room. It's like you did a great job and I'm so proud of you, and celebrate these little accomplishments, especially when they have to sit with their feelings and they're making new choices. This is a huge, huge accomplishment, and it needs to be acknowledged. So don't forget to really celebrate them with these steps, because they might look minor to us, but they're huge in that life and in their development. So that's what I have for you. So stop fixing your daughter, and instead of empower yourself and empower her. Yes, so these are some of the things I'll be talking about in my workshops. If you're interested, please look at the link below. I have a live workshop going on at Red Lotus Yoga in Michigan in September and October, and I'd love to see you there. For more information, please check out the website, or you can message me. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. I love you. Take care.